Set. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the board. My name, as always, is Edgar Tapia, one of the founding members here at Worldly Advantage, our internet-based travel, transportation, and tourism company. Now, as one of the founding members of Worldly Advantage, I've been tasked with the objective to find the best suitable location for us to move our company. Throughout this presentation, you're going to understand the factors and the parameters that I set to find the best possible location to maximize our growth between 5 and 10 years. So I got a quick little question. What does a booming artificial intelligence industry, cheap rent, and a large labor pool all have in common? They can be found in Austin, Texas. Throughout my research, I found that Austin, Texas would be the prime place for us to move our company to maximize our business in the next 5 to 10 years. Some of the key factors that we're going to go over: advantageous real estate prices, a highly concentrated pool of college graduates, as well as a booming artificial intelligence industry. Now, before I get into all these points, I want to talk to you a little bit about the parameters I set and my thought process thinking about Worldly Advantage as a whole. Since we're internet-based and we deal in the travel industry, we're not selling directly to people from a brick and mortar store. We're business to consumer, online through the internet. So that immediately rules out a lot of the big cities like Chicago, New York, LA, even South Beach. What we really need is we need to find a city that has very nice office spaces so employees can work and get the best out of them. We also want to be around a lot of college graduates. As we're growing, we're going to want to add more and more people to our company because we're expanding. We also want to have supported business systems so that we can implement them into our travel company going forward. The first point I want to bring out is office space. So we can see here in Austin, a Class A top-of-the-line office building is about $51 a square foot. When you go to Boca Raton for the same Class A, you're looking at $86 a square foot. So right off the bat, we're immediately saving money by moving to Austin and getting a better office space for cheaper. Even if we don't want to put all our money towards a nice office space, we can go for a Class B or a Class C, a little bit lower tiers, but comparable $38 to $30 a square foot. So we could get more for our money, a better working environment for our employees, which will hopefully return better results from them. Now, a great big office building is beautiful and all, but if we don't have the employees to fill it, it's kind of pointless. That brings us to our next statistic. This is via the Austin Chamber of Commerce, talking about the labor pool. You can see here that people over the age of 25 in Austin, Texas, about 50% of them have their bachelor's degree or higher. 18% of them have a graduate degree. So this is a highly educated young group of people eager to get into the working environment that could be great additions to Worldly Advantage. Now, this is comparable to Boca Raton. As we look right here locally, we're looking at about 38% for that same 25 to 34 year age bracket. The graduate degree is a little bit higher at 20%, but since most of our jobs are going to be more entry-level jobs, we don't really need those graduate or master's degrees. We just need simple, basic bachelor's degrees. So we're going to have a large number of smart, motivated young people. And when you get all those people together in the city, what happens? They build other businesses. We could use those business support systems to help us grow, specifically with the artificial intelligence industry. This is an article out of the Austin, Texas Today by Rashid. Rashid states, many people in Austin have been investing and working with various AI companies right from the early times. A lot of ideas that were brewing for a long time are coming to life right now. So AI has been implemented in the Austin culture for many years now, and the ball's finally starting to get rolling. If we move our company now, we could build strong relationships with startup companies and grow with them incrementally. We could get a big head start on most of the other travel companies as no one's implementing this right now. If we stayed in Boca, there's almost non-existent artificial intelligence companies around, and what are here are not geared towards our wants or our needs. It just doesn't make sense to try to do business with people that aren't going to help us. Now, I highlighted a lot of benefits, but they did come with some concerns. I went ahead and addressed some of these concerns. If you have any others after the presentation, I'd be more than happy to answer them. First concern, what if the price of real estate goes up? It's pretty common, happens all the time. Well, we raise our prices to account for the difference. You see this every day in all industries across the board. Prices are going through the roof due to inflation. We're going to combat that by having to do the same thing as raise our prices. If that doesn't work anymore, we may have to take a drastic approach and transition to a work from home structure. Because we're internet based, we don't have to really worry about brick and mortar sales. Our employees can work from home. We have a younger generation coming up that are liking work from home structures more and more every year. What if Austin doesn't have the same college graduates as they do in the future? It's a possibility, but Austin's an amazing, diverse city that speaks for itself. Even if the local residents aren't graduating at the same rates, there's thousands and thousands of transplants that would be more than happy to join the Worldly Advantage team and provide us with great service. Well, when it's related to AI, why wouldn't we go for an established industry like Silicon Valley? Well, to put it quite simply, we're still growing as a company. We want to be around other startup companies comparable to us. If we go to some place like Silicon Valley, they're the big dogs. They're handling with the big companies. They won't have time to help us with the small tasks we may need. But if we could go in early and make relationships, we can grow incrementally with them, developing a long-lasting relationship. I want to highlight some of the key takeaways because I went over a lot. The first key takeaway is Austin's real estate has very good pricing that we could take advantage if we move quickly. There's a large number of highly educated, well-qualified college graduates that we could bring onto the Worldly Advantage team, as well as a booming artificial intelligence industry that we could use to support us. Now, I understand that's a lot to go through and that might be a big step. I want to let you guys know if the board does come to a decision soon, I do have professionals on standby ready to execute and facilitate a move as soon as possible. I want to thank you guys very much for your time, and I look forward to hearing the decision shortly. Questions? Yeah.
What made you pick Austin, Texas over like any other city?
Any other city in Texas?
Yeah.
Well, because of the artificial intelligence. There's other cities like Dallas, there's other cities like San Antonio, which are nice, but they don't have as much of the tech element. And within the next 5 to 10 years, we really want to start implementing the artificial intelligence into our travel company to make it a little bit easier. So there's no better place to be than Austin. Thank you.
What made you want to do like a travel company, and also like you said, it's not going to be like a brick and mortar thing, all kind of like online, kind of what you're saying.
Flexibility.
Yeah.
You know, we don't have to have a set location. You know, because we're dealing with travel, it's a passion of mine. That's why we wanted to start Worldly Advantage. I want to facilitate easy travel for all people, and the only way you can really do that in this day and age is by the power of the internet. No one goes into their local travel agent to book a cruise or to book a vacation. You go to Expedia, you go and you book your own flights. So we want to be able to facilitate that all in one spot, plus add the use of AI into it.
Okay, thank you. The time is 6:23.